Picked up this run flat tire here off of Amazon. So the wheel bearings that are in it are 5/8. Come with these spacers, so that way when you put it on your wheelbarrow, if you need to space out the shaft, the tire doesn't slide on it. They're just plastic. And then it comes with some 3/4 inch bearings. And this is the old tire. And they look pretty close. It does have a greaser on it. This is my original one that came on the wheelbarrow, which is a 4x8. And as far as the thickness, it's pretty close. Height wise here, it's actually a little bit taller, but this tire here on my left is flat, so get this opened up and see what it looks like. My rim's got a little dent in there. I'll just take a hammer and flatten that back out a little bit, but as far as thickness of the steel and stuff compared to the old rim, it's about the same thickness. So as far as weight wise, I feel like I should do just as good as the old one. These bearings are the kind of the cheaper ones you buy at like Tractor Supply that you can replace. These seem like they're a little bit heavier duty of a bearing, so that should help a little bit. Get this put on the wheelbarrow and see what it looks like. So to get these bearings out, I just used a flathead punch, and then I came through this side of the bearing here, just like this. Just put it through that hole and you kind of angle it and just lightly tap around, and then that bearing will just pop out. And I'll just do the same thing to the other side. I'm going to try to do this with one hand, so bear with me. It doesn't take much usually if you want to save them bearings. Can't believe I'm actually hitting that thing to the camera. Kind of angle up higher, and there it went. So that's all you got to do to save the bearings if you want to keep them. So if you guys bought this kit, I wanted to show you here. So here's the bearings that came with it. See, they got a rubber seal on there, a little bit better for water and stuff. And these are like the ones you'd buy at Tractor Supply. You kind of see there's a gap and stuff, so you'd most likely get more debris in here. That's probably why these wear out faster. So this kit came with 3/4 and 5/8 center bearings here for your shaft to slide through for your wheelbarrow. Well, they make ones that are even smaller. This is a half. So if you bought this kit and it doesn't work with your wheelbarrow, what you're gonna need to do is on that rim is just tap that bearing out. You use a punch and come to the other side of the tire and you just tap these out. So you can go to Tractor Supply, and if you have a 1/2 inch bearing on yours and you just want to replace it since you're putting a new tire in, you would just buy the 1/2 inch and then tap these in. So on the back side of these outer diameters for them rims are exactly the same, which are, sorry, I'm trying to get a, which is 1 inch and 3/8 outer diameter. But you can see here on the one that came with that kit, tire kit, same thing. So you pop them out, replace it with a 1/2 if that's what you have. So this is the wheelbarrow I got. Seemed to fit on there all right. I end up using them 2 little short spacers on each side. Now if your wheelbarrow didn't have such long brackets here, you may need to use these bigger spacers that come with it just to fill the gap. Now if you don't use them, it's not really the end of the world, but what's going to happen is when you're turning and stuff with your wheelbarrow, this tire is going to want to float from left to right. That just keeps it nice and center. And you can see here the center of the wheelbarrow is right where the tire lines up, so pretty happy with that. I'm gonna get that greased up and use it for a while and maybe make another review.